Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and today I'm going to talk about a book that I finished reading last night from one of my favorite dark romance authors, and that's Sam Mario, and it's Sophie's Surrender. Ooh. Okay, so if you don't know, this is Sophie's book, but it's a standalone. So it's set in the world, but not in the coastal elite timeline world. This is just a little bonus book outside the world, but in the world. Her book will be getting a timeline in the book series. I hope I'm explaining this right. But yeah, our pairing is Sophie and Selvin. And Selvin is, I consider him to be like Dare's like light-ish brother. Like if Dare is on a scale of 10, then Selvin is like a 9.75. I mean, that's just how it is, okay? So in this story, Sophie is dealing with something very traumatic that happened to her in the past that made her lose a lot of her friends because of a certain individual in her past who was her friend, and her mother wants her to explore, make new friends, just get out, but she has this anxiety. She does not do well in crowds, around people a lot. She's more introverted than anything. She's also very, I don't want to say naive, but very a little trusting of people she gets to know a little bit more. And that leads her to certain things happening. So her roommate invited her to this huge party, and this Halloween party. So she decides that she's gonna go. Her mom kind of forces her to go, and so she goes. She does not want to be there. She does not want to be there at all, but she wants to give this a chance for her. Because she told her mom she would. And at this party, she's just feeling she doesn't know anyone, and people she kind of knows doesn't want to talk to her. So she just walks around the house. And you get that feeling when someone is staring at you, and you just look around to see if the person is still staring at you, because you can make eye contact with that person. So she feels this sensation of someone is just watching her. So she looks around, and then she looks up, and there's this guy in this Viking costume. He's just looking at her very intensely. And then he has no shame in being caught looking at her. So she feels kind of weirded out, because he is handsome, but she doesn't know who he is, and she doesn't understand why he is looking at her the way he is. So she decides to pass it off and then continue on where she's just exploring the house. And then we see some Dare and Aubrey, because Dare is the Joker and Aubrey's Harley Quinn. So she doesn't know at that time that is Dare and that's Aubrey. And we don't know at that time that's Dare and that's Aubrey. But she sees Harley Quinn getting harassed by this, I forgot what he was. I think he was a Tin Man or something. And he's really pushing up on her. She's she has that face of discomfort. And so Sophie was going to go over there and help her out and hopefully diffuse the situation. But then Selvin, the Viking, comes into her path and they start talking. She does not know who he is. And he starts to try to make a conversation with her, trying to gauge like who she is. And he notices that she's trying to go to Harley Quinn's side because she wants to help with the discomforting person who is like harassing the girl. But when she looks over, there's the Joker there and he's like tonguing her down. So then she realizes that, okay, so her boyfriend obviously has it. And they talk some more. And she's just like, okay, well, yeah, my name is Sophie. He says his name is Selvin, and then like they part ways because she doesn't want to talk to him. Like, he's a random guy. And I get that. And also she's just not at the point in time where like she finds him attractive, but she's not there to find someone to be with because she has this issue with her past. Well, basically this story is him just not letting her go. He locked eyes on her, and it's just like Carter, except for like Carter kind of knew our heroine, but like once he got a sense of her, he wasn't gonna let her go. And I know people think that like if our heroine in Untouchable would have told Carter that she wanted to go, that he will let her go. I don't think so. He's too much of what I want, I get. And I may like make you think I let you go, but like I'll like do things to make you come back to me, or either like on your free will, or I will coerce you to come back. Selvin, on the other hand, he does not care what she says no to. He just like pushes her like insecurities and like the no's away. Like they're just like flinging off him in the shield of like, I do what I want. And it's so good. He's very toxic. And then we do get like, we see Dare a couple of times in here, and then we finally find out that it's actually Dare. Well, we find out like he's Dare because of an incident that Selvin has did to coerce or blackmail Sophie into spending the weekend with him. I do want to know the aftermath of the professor situation. Like, does he use the videos? That's like crazy, him doing that, and then like him not like trying to get revenge on him. I'm hoping that maybe it's like addressed in the actual storyline, because that professor is just a pervert. He's a Pete too. So also Selvin's father, like their parent situation is crazy because I don't know, like how he allows his wife to like do what she does is crazy to me. And I'm totally on like Selvin's side when it comes to like what he thinks about his mom's and his father's situation. I don't know how Sophie does not understand like what his mother is doing to his father isn't like okay, like no matter like how naive she is. But it's their marriage, so I'll just not judge. But like Sophie, she adapts to the situation because Selvin is just like not letting anything go. Perfect example is they're talking about, she's trying to like understand him and like maybe let him try to let her go. Like, sometimes when like in Carter's situation, when she did what he wanted, he rewarded her with like putting a condom on instead of like just, no condoms. Selvin doesn't know. he's not like that. So she talks about how in Beauty and the Beast, the Beauty falls in love with the Beast, and then once he's there in love, he lets her go so she could go help her father. Once she finds out her father is in some kind of situation, and the Beast lets her go, and she comes back because she's in love with him. And so Sophie's just like trying to appeal to him this way, and he's like, we saw 2 different movies, because I would have never done that. Why would I let the person I love go in the middle of the night in the woods to help her father when I could just get someone else to help her father and she stays here? Or I would just go with her to help her father. So if you can tell, I really liked and enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 out of 5. And I can't wait to have her story be a story in the coastal elite world. I think it's supposed to be like the 4th book in the set. So we shall see. And yeah, that is it. I enjoyed it. It was good. The spice was great. And you really should check the trigger warnings, because it's like borderline. Like, this is like non-consent and dubious consent to like the 5th power, but it's not our word. So she even says it's not our word. She's not doing Stockholm Syndrome, because in Descent, that's basically Stockholm Syndrome. Sophie doesn't have that, but it's borderline, like maybe 2 inches. But there is tampering. There is braiding in here. He does not want to let 1 drop go. Sometimes, yeah. Like I said, there's tampering. What else is there? Because Dare's there is some violence. And you really start to figure out like his father and him and their line of work. It's not said, like it's implied, but yeah. And this is dual perspective, but it's mainly in Sophie's. But we do have like a bit of Sylvan's. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Please go read this book. It's amazing. It's over 500 pages. So yeah. And I hope to see you all in my next video. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday. I love dark romances. I love recommending great dark romances to you all with some nice, good tropes in there. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.